you know.
So, what do you think about Vladimir? Some of the other new classical pianists that one is very popular, Long Long. That he does all these different. Of course, he's very popular. Um,
I
his
don't think that much about them because technically they are very proficient. Musically, they don't say anything to me.
you just don't.
But I hate to generalize because sometimes maybe he plays something great and I'm missing him because
Right.
I check it out. I don't go so deeply into them. Uh, Again, when he plays, he makes this faces and grimaces that I don't enjoy at all, and so that turns me off. I like people just to hear and see. When I saw Richter, sometimes you see they just play, and they look beautiful when they play. They look Martha. When I first saw Martha, before she came to play one note, she had audience in the palm of her hand because she has so much charisma. When she just walked out, she didn't
Yeah.
need to play one note. Everybody loved her because there's personality. You could feel that. Electricity was in the air.
And very
You know.
classy. She
Yes,
didn't have
very
to.
classy, and you can see the artist even before she plays anything. So I was lucky enough to be still in the early stages in New York. I could still see some of the great pianists. Jorge Bolet, I've seen Cuban pianists, wonderful. Um, Other people,
What about Daniel Barenbaum?
Daniel
Or,
Barenboim is extremely talented. So him I saw many times. I met him and talked to him many times. He also wanted to learn how to play jazz. He said, "I can improvise, but I don't know if it's jazz." So, yeah,
he's very good. He's still
but
playing too.
Daniel Barenboim, extremely talented person. I don't put him in the same class as Gulda or Argerich, but he's extremely talented as conductor, as pianist, as everything. I mean, these people are just super gifted, and already at early age as a child. Argerich and Barenboim, they both from Argentina, and as a children they used to play. The parents used to make them play for the guests, and they were super gifted children, and they met sometimes under the table as the children. They were guests were sitting at the table and they were under the table waiting for them to come out and play something. You know, because they were already. I can tell you a funny story about Barenboim. Both of his parents were piano teachers. So when he grew up in his household, everybody who came in the house played piano. Both of his parents and of course all the students that came in the house. So he assumed for a very long time that piano playing was a regular how you say that
Everybody played.
something that everybody did.
Yeah.
It was regular activity. Everybody did it like they were walking or driving a car or something. It's a regular activity. He never met as a child anybody who didn't play piano. Can you believe this? It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
They never told him
The-
there are some people in the world that couldn't play piano.
Yeah. And I think, back, even when I was a kid, it seemed like more people play piano, or a lot of homes had like an upright piano in the home, and the kids, at least to some extent, maybe took lessons for a little while. It was a little more. And nowadays, I don't know if it's as common, anymore. Even though you have a lot of people that have keyboards now, they don't really. I
Same
don't know
here.
if there's. Yeah.
Same here. You can have piano now just to take it out, just to transport it out of the house. You can have it for free. Many
Right.
people want to get out to get rid of pianos.
Right. Because they take up so much
Yeah, they
room.
say for they buy it maybe hoping the child would take some lessons, but when the child is getting lazy, they're selling it. I bought the piano that way after my fire. I bought the piano a very reasonable price because a rich family, they bought the nice grand piano for for the child, and child tried it for a while and then moved to some other plaything. And not interested anymore. You know how it is. They play piano for a couple of months, then they play guitar. Maybe they buy some set of drums, they try that, then they say, no, I'm going to sing, maybe I will dance, or maybe I will write a novel. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, so piano is there collecting dust. So I bought it for very good price. Luckily, some people don't want to play piano anymore, so good.
Yeah, you got a good deal.
But in Japan, they have pianos everywhere. You know,
Oh, really?
We were going somewhere and we missed the train. We went to cafe not far away from the railroad station. And then they have nice Yamaha piano. And we had an hour to wait, so I just sat down and played, you know. We didn't get anything for free. We didn't get any coffee or anything for free, because first we bought food and coffee, and then my manager, he said, by the way, this guy is a famous piano player. They say, oh, how nice. So I went and played, and they were all around, and customers, they all liked it. Everybody was applauding, but we didn't get anything for free.
Yeah.
No discount. But I enjoyed it. They have pianos all over the place in Japan.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I have another one. I have another one, Vladimir.
Okay.
Another who I really like, another female pianist I really like her. Let's see what you think. And I don't know if you know her or not. I think she's very good. Helene Grimaud.
Yes, Grimaud, yes. Yes,
I really like her, but tell me what, you know.
I'm not familiar enough to make a judgment. I know I heard her. I think she played some Bach.
She's played, yeah. I've got a lot of her CDs and records.
I know who she is, but I'm not familiar enough to pass a judgment.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know she's a well-known pianist.
Yes, yeah, very.
Yeah.
I really enjoy her. She really, to me, you put on her record.
I will definitely give it a listen. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely give it a listen. Next time we talk, you can tell me what you think.
Yes.
I'm always interested.
Yeah, no.
But she's got a big catalog. She
Again,
has.
Matthew, all these people, they have been or are famous. They don't require my opinion. It's
Sure.
Sooner I would like to hear what they think about me.
Yes.
That would be more important. That would be more important because they are famous and I'm
Right.
still struggling.
Which amazes me because, like I said, the one video review I did, I said, how does this get missed? You know, on my video review, I had the first one, I think, or the second one I did. On the the graphic, I put how does this get missed in the jazz world? Like, you know,
I
because
appreciate it.
it's incredible.
And that's what we're talking about
So, yeah.
kind of preserving your art and your music. Sooner or later, a person who appreciates good piano playing and good jazz will find you. Maybe it will
Yes.
happen after your death. Some people, I'm discovering some people that I never knew when I was younger. And
Right.
I read about lots of people. Like if you read about, let's say, about Richter or about Horowitz, there were some people when they were studying in like conservatory, there were some people you read about that were almost as good. They were next to. But that we don't know anything about them. I mean, they were just
Right.
there. But they were like classmates of Rachmaninoff, of Horowitz, that were almost on the same, they were almost equal, okay, maybe, at least according to account of their contemporaries.
Right.
And I keep reading about music history because I'm a student of music history. I keep reading about all these people that we have no recordings of, but who must have been at least technically amazing. And we don't know, and we are not aware of those people because they were not promoted. They were not. I can give you maybe 10 names right now that you never heard of. Some pianists.
Tell me some of them.
Well, One of my favorites is Vladimir Safranitsky.
Okay. Vladimir Shafranov.
Safranitsky, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He is famous mostly, he played everything. He mostly famous for his Scriabin.
Okay.
And Chopin too, and Schumann too. But mostly Scriabin. Of course, if you know Richter and you know Emil Gilels, have you heard Emil Gilels?
Yes, I haven't listened to Richter before, to be honest. I have not.
Well,
So I have to get some.
then, okay. Then it's
So-
like, people like saying, I like, if we compare this to jazz, if people saying, I like Brad Meldo, I like Jackie Terrasson, but I never heard Bud Powell. I never
Right.
heard Bill Evans. But I like those guys. This is what you're telling me about classical
Yes,
music.
exactly, because I'm not as up
You're
on
missing-
classical music.
You're missing the big guys. You're missing the whales.
Yes.
Richter,
I agree.
He's a mountain. Other people are hills. They're okay. They're good. Technically, but Gil is a mountain. So Richter, a mountain, a giant of a musician. So, okay, Safranitsky, he was a contemporary of Anatoli Vedernikov. He's very well known in Japan.
Okay.
In fact, I was one time he's dead long time ago. One time I was in one record shop. He's got all his records on the window. Some in Japan, some people get crazy about some pianists, and they go all the way into, So I didn't know enough about him. I knew about him, but I didn't know. But through Japan, I have bought here. They released lots of his things on Denon.
Okay.
Denon
What
records.
is his name again?
Vedernikov.
Vedjorn?
Vedernikov.
K-O-V? Vikov?
Yeah, KOV. You can easily check. They all those people now on YouTube. You can easily, or maybe even on Spotify. You can easily get the idea of how they play, which we didn't before. This is fantastic time with internet.
Right.
So many things available. I bought videos even from him, and I think some videos of him playing Bach or something are available on YouTube. Sometimes they disappear because of copyrights or something, and then they appear again. About Anatoly Vedernikov, there is even a Japanese documentary about him. Japanese people, it can be very tedious because they are in Japanese. They're discussing his every detail in Japanese, very long, and then they play. And then they played some of his things on video, but then they discuss again. They went to Russia and they interviewed his mother. Yeah, and it's all, I hear it in Russian, but they hold Japanese text under and they explain everything to Japanese audience. That's how crazy they are about piano playing. They take it so seriously. They released all those records and then they released documentaries. They study his life, his biography. They know everything. That's how it goes. Okay, let's see. So this is Russian people. A ladies pianist, Maria Yudina.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her.
Yes. Very interesting original pianist. Maria Greenberg.
No, I'm not familiar with her.
Fantastic. She recorded, I have complete Beethoven sonatas. She played many. First of all those pianists, they played everything. They specialized. One is something more prominent than the other. But basically, when you study in conservatory, you go through all the composers. You have to play Bach, you have to play Chopin, of course, and Liszt. Everything is Beethoven, everything is obligatory, everything is mandatory, I would say even. But some people then finally, when they get career of their own, they choose things that they feel closest to, you know. But basically they play everything. Richter, when he came to New York, Richter gave a concerts, I don't know how many, 10 maybe in a row, where he played 10 different programs.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I've seen his name. I've seen his name, but I've never sat down and listened to him. It's just never gotten
Richter,
around to listening.
When he came to New York, it was almost a riot. Okay.
Really?
And they recorded, CBS, Columbia recorded all of his concerts, and he had the tapes destroyed because he was not
really?
happy with them. Yeah. So the remaining few copies, when they released it, some people still have it. So they went collector's items because he had the masters destroyed.
And would they have safety tapes left over?
Maybe they did, because I think some of those things came out later on CD. But he was not happy. And he got actually, I think for political reason, some of the critics murdered him also.
Oh, really?
I read. Yeah, because some of the things that came out on CD, there was an original New York Times review when they put him down hard. But I think it was a politics thing. It was like against Soviet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But not everybody. There was but he had a big success. It was absolutely super sold out. You couldn't get tickets. You couldn't even think of getting tickets. The tickets were on the black market like astronomical prices. And just to give you an example, I may be wrong in the number. Maybe it was 7 concerts or 6, but I mean 7 full programs in a row in the Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Of different programs. One is all Beethoven night, then all Prokofiev night, all Chopin, all Schumann, that kind of thing, That's a kind of a schooling that the Russian pianists have. Even though they may not be as talented as Richter, but they all go through this rigorous training and discipline.
Right.
So that's why they're so much superior. I think it's still the same thing. They are the standards are still high. I think
Right.
there's still some teachers, some pedagogues that remember the old time, or they studied with those teachers. So the tradition is still going. Yeah, that's what's happening. So Cziffra, he's a Hungarian, and we have some Hungarian pianists. I don't know if you're aware of that. Zoltan. Wait a minute, what's his name? I have a senior moment. Zoltan.
I probably haven't heard of him.
Yeah, it starts with K. He died recently. He was not an old guy at all. I'll get back to you on that. A wonderful pianist, young pianist. Desho Ranki was another one who did not become so famous, but wonderful pianist too. Of course, we have older pianists like Anne Fischer, who was a lady, wonderful, especially Mozart. Okay, what other names? Clara Haskell, playing Mozart.
I don't think I've listened to her either.
You got to know these people if you are seriously into classical piano.
Yeah, I'm not. I am a novice. I like classical music, but I'm not an expert.
I'll give you the names. I'll give you the names that will be your base from what you can judge. You can judge other pianists that you like, and see if you get to know these people. See if you like those other people as much.
Right.
Maybe you will. Maybe you like them more. Who knows? Okay, if you go to Impressionism, like Debussy, Ravel, and all those things, you have to know Walter Gieseking. He's a
Gisikin?
German. Gieseking is a German pianist who specialized in impressionistic music.
And he does Debussy?
Yes, he did all the Debussy, all the Ravel, everything. And
She does a lot of Debussy too.
well, you got to hear. I bet you anything
But we'll see. Yeah.
in my life that she has this all this Gieseking record and she knows him. I mean, it's impossible for them not to know. Of course, a great French pianist was Alfred Cartot. You can, but that's from an older time, already from even before. But he also played mostly Chopin, but he also played great impressionistic stuff. So yeah, I can't even begin to tell you of all these great pianists that deserves your attention.
I have a good list I can go. And the nice thing about classical records is I can usually find them very inexpensive because nobody collects
Oh,
them.
that's true. That's true. I used to get a lot of classical records in a flea market.
Yeah, you can still find them
For
for a
like
buck a
dollar,
piece.
or like $1 or $2. See, if you know what you're doing, you can go to some strange places and discover these gems and say, "Oh, I know what this is," you know.
Yeah.
Or sometimes your instinct can lead you. You can see, this sounds interesting to me because you can put two and two together because you've been buying records for so long time. Your instinct can lead you to some good things.
Yeah.
Your instinct had led you to me,
Yes.
right? It was not the price. It's just your instinct. You felt, okay, the tunes look something like I could enjoy this. So let me
Yes.
try. What can I
Exactly.
lose? Yeah, I'm the same thing. I'm collector. I can put things together. I say, yeah, this tune is interesting. Maybe I know this bass player. Maybe this bass player and drummer, they could go well together. I don't know about this pianist, but I check him out. You
Yeah.
know, so that's instinct you develop through the years of collecting and listening.